right?
The thing is that it doesn't say Pashat, because the most statement Chassidus that Be'etzim and Teyu there's a scalus, somewhat a scalus, but only L'Shleimus Mitziusei. Says
okay, fine.
Good to see the parts but let's go to this gang here.
Look, his whole svara over here is that he wants to say Eris Mitzior and Be'etzim Mahusam.
Right.
Yeah, is also Mitzad. Shleimus of the Kula.
Avad, yeah, and this becomes how was Rebbe Klal get it here?
Right, because in other words, the Eibush being complete, he can express himself in Bli Gavul, he can express himself in Gavul. So the Or Makif and the Or Panimi are those two inyan. The Or Makif is the expression of the Eibush in Bli Gavul. The Or Panimi is the expression of the Eibush in Gavul. So therefore you have to say L'cheira that the Or Panimi, the one that comes into Kalim, already is shaykhus to that, because that's going to express the Eibush in the union of Gavul. So it has to have within it that ability or that shaykhus to Gavul, and not only to Gavul, but the Gavul that the Eibush made, which is Dafka Eser Sfiris. Am I saying correct?
Yeah, it's true. It's all true. Yeah. That the aid itself, 100%. The whole, yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm
understanding this.
Why are we on this topic?
We want to know when the beginning of the Hemshech he started saying about that there's Rotz and Keser, and then there's the Eres Pnimim. Eres Makif and Pnimim. And he said a Moshe von Nefesh Odom that in the Keiches itself, Keiches HaNefesh, there's 10 Keiches, and the Mislavish and the Keli, according to their Tchune, that's where they're going to come. They're going to come into Keli. And then he says that and then he went back to Atzilus. How we have Lamailo, you have the Eres of Atzilus, the Eres and Keli. He started saying that the Derech Klal say one part of Atzilus is how could we connect the Bligvul, the Ein Sof of the Eibush, with Nivroim, which are Mugbolim. So the Memutza is Atzilus. One hand the Eid is Poshut, it's Pshittis. So that's the Gili of the Bligvul of the Eibush. And the Kelim is the Tzad of Hakbola, of Tziyur, of Gvul. That's a Memutza. Now could come after that Nivroim, which are Mugbolim Mamish. So the Amitzis since there's no way to bridge from Amitzis Hablivul to Mugbolim, you had to have a Elam Atzilus, which over there unites Blivul and Gvul. And then we answer the Stira. Sometimes it says Atzilus is Gilei HaHelem, sometimes it says Yashmi Ayin. So it says Nishke Shaila. Gilei HaHelem is the Eir. Kalim is Yashmi Ayin. That was till this minor. This Maimer is saying that even Eir, which till now we understood it's Poshet, therefore it's a biti of the Ein Sof of the Eibishter, is also Metzuyer. It's also Tchun of Kelim, which really is coming back, Tchun of Kelim, Tchun of Tzir, which really this comes back to the beginning that the Eiris are Metzuyorim, Eiris are Mislabshim Kelim.
Then he's refuting his original.
Why refuting the Kash of the Mimutza?
Yeah, then he's take away the whole Mimutza.
That's the way he starts in this Maimer. The only question is here. Question starting with Ayin Bais, Hadayin Tzor L'Havim. We'll see where he takes us.
Lose the Hemshech a little bit because it's too much of a...
Harichas was man 6 months already, I think.
No, it's not only that, but whatever. Zoals we zijn even best op zijn tweemaal wachten. Ik heb een halten kappen wissel. But anyway, it's something to think about.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. We'll see. Behind the fee, we have to find the time, the right moment. Fine. Behind the fee. Oh shit. Let's go. We'll go back to Shamavil. Kamei achas l'gur shebasfora gabe Shamavil. Hari asibu mnishe gam besfora salav yesh po chas l'gur behel. Ve'ime yesh shebasagos nasa b'chinas achas l'gur b'metzius. Lefisha saga shami beginas gewurde, al kein tefs as for lechum. The heel Jesus goes to beatsem beginas chesed, al kein tefs laheter. So lechur you could blame it on shama vehil. Me komo came Ayin Bais for atzmel hoye bechesed gewurde klar. If it wouldn't exist already in the sword itself, hoye is chalkas basagosum beginas chesed gewurde mamash b'metzius. They wouldn't be able to transform it and to force and everyone be so strong with their opinion and derive it from the words. If it wouldn't be connected right in the Svar itself. You have to say that in the Svar already was the Messiachis to this, was Nate, was Nesins Mokim. Okay, make it. So that was the first. The Ayin is that when it becomes Chesed Yischalkus b'Metzius, it's only thanks to Kelim. But what's the Siba for that is when Masha b'Sheiru Shum Mokish b'Chinas Chesed Gvura b'Helen. Valkein Naisim b'Chinas Eira Chesed Eira Gvura. Therefore, they're shaykh to become Eira Chesed and Eira Gvura. ומכל מקום יכול להחליף ודוחתיו וכמי גם בשמי דמייי או שמי הילי means דמייי שהסבור שלהם הם מבחינת חסד וגבורה ממש ומכל מקום יחילון להיסחלף מצבשיתוס מקרום but still tomorrow they can hear the same thing and see if I can't. Why? Because their mokir is not defined. It doesn't have to go one way. It's the source of any way. It's the source of the ways. I could use it out anyway, but I could use it out, and in out could go anyway. Anyway, tomorrow I could hear it if I want to hear what the Rab is Kedel. Since they were real students, they were able to be Mekabel Seich Rab Kemeshu, so they were able to see tomorrow. But the Rab has another thing, he's not mubal to the Seichel of Shama and Hillel.
Again, why can't you just say that he was able to see the other guy's position? In other words, Mitzad Eskalis.
He's saying that it's
why do you have to come out to these
that the Eir has Chesed and Gvura.
No, okay.
It's not Mitzad.
No, I understand that. But why does he have to say?
Maybe he heard tomorrow the other person's, the Shammai.
Yeah.
He couldn't listen to Shammai tomorrow.
Why do you have to listen to the Rav? Forget the Rav.
Does he have a scholars?
Today I'm what?
Mitzad Atzmei?
Yeah.
In this Maimer, soon he's going to say a word over here.
I mean, look at him. It's at the Scala, so Shammai is able to identify occasionally with Hillel, and Hillel is able to identify occasionally with Shammai.
Why does it have to be caused by the Rav?
The Rav, yeah.
Yeah, what does it have to do with the Rav here? I mean, it's irrelevant. The Rav is giving his svara. Yeah, that svara is more or less pashut, but it has within it the ability to be heard in a way of chesed and in a way of gevura. Fine. Okay.
So why does tomorrow they see it in the way? You hear it again and see it in a different view.
He doesn't. Why does it have to be Tzad Rav? Why can't he just go to his friend? He knows that he understood it differently. How did you still listen to him? Why do you have to go back to the source? That's his question. It's one question. That's life.
It's just okay. Let's see if it goes again. I'm supposed to have a meeting, but I forgot all about it. Anyway, forgot about the share.
So one shaila is, why do we have to go to the Mokir? That we'll see hopefully next Ayin Bais. But the thing is, why should you want to hear what is there's two things. When two people are arguing and then they come to a Emek Hashava, they hear the other person's opinion. It's going to be two ways. Or the other person tells them what he holds, he tells them his rayis, very choches, and okay, I have to agree with you. But even after he agrees, it's not his taste. It's not his like. He doesn't like it. He wants to be Shamaikel. Every person has their liking. Okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to become a Mashiachist or whatever. It's because the other guy said, he rather dies, it said or fakir. It's not his liking. The way he sees everything, it doesn't suit him. But you shin color, black and white, he can't. That's one way of convincing. It's forceful, so to speak. It's made in chachomim, but they're made in a way lavdavke. Then there is that the other person could convince him such a way that it becomes his thing. It's not the taiches he hears that someone else has other opinions and he's a very wise man, he's not closed-minded, so he can hear other opinions too. He could enjoy the other person's opinion also. As dos alinzel venazayni.
And still stick by his opinion?
No. Fakert, he'll change. Now he's going to change. But he's not just going to change, but Peil Mamish, he's going to act accordingly. It's going to become his inyan. Not just he knows there's other way, there's a reality that, but it's never, he can't live with it. The reality becomes his inyan. He could see it, and that's the chiluk of Eidos v'Kelim. Just to note, that's the difference of Eidos v'Kelim. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna get into it now.
In relation to the Rav now.
Oh, so here, if they were to hear it from Shammai's perspective, is the Taichas they're going into something that's not their that's not their way of thinking. He'll come to Shammai, was hast du getracht? Sag mir, tell me, I want to know your train of thought. Don't worry, I'm not going to think like you, because I'm not shaykh to you, because my name is Chesed. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't be Eira Chesed. It wouldn't be Eira Guru B'Klei Chesed. It wouldn't become his inyan. But now he's hearing it out of the Eir. And not just Stama Eir. The same Eir that he heard.
That gave him
his way of thinking, but he knows that there's deeper to the Eir, and he's going to go to the Shedish Hadover. And why is it? Because he's a Keli. What type Keli is? Zuchtake Herren. Keli is not Stam, touches he put it into it. It touches there's a real Keli is Mamshech, because that's his whole in. A real Herren, a real Mekabel, a real Namen Mer. He wants to take more and more. So he wants to see what does the Eir have to say.
So only the Makor could change it.
Because if he's not going to see it, how it's coming, how the Pshittis could come anyway, it will be negative his Metzias. It's Halderech, the two people, when they realize, why is the other person hold differently? Doch gehört die Werte vom selben Mocker. Doch gehört vom Mocker.
But Hillel Mitzad Hatzvei.
He's not shaykh.
If bleibt in sein Metzias,
he's not shaykh.
He's not shaykh to get anything else. You have to say that there's hiskaldus in the king. That Hillel has within himself an inyan of Gevurah.
Or else he will never...
That's why you could get the inyan of Gevurah from the Or.
But it is established this way. That the Chesed has Gevurah and Gevurah has Chesed, no?
It's true. Yeah, but he wants to say that it's not because the Eir has the Pshitus Eir. Therefore, I can hear it in anything. It has to be because already the Keli also has a Yachas. You know what, let's read it inside. He says these words inside, but let's see it, why put it in the brackets, and in the brackets he says let's see it inside. Ayin Bais sheyischalfus or rak ba'eris leibah. Even after Eira Chesed comes to Kli Gevurah stays Kli Gevurah. Sharei Kli Asagosam be'etzem eini mishtan. The Shammai Kli Asagosam hu b'bchinas Gevurah. Shammai, his way of thinking is good. V'gabe Hillel b'bchinas Chesed. Akshas svoris mischalfim shezeu ho'ir ava Kli eini mishtanis. Kshegam be'ez shasogos asvori l'chesed gabe Shammai mikol mukim etzem Kli Asagosam b'bchinas Gevurah. This is the pnim. So we see here that if the word is the pshitus ha'er, therefore the air contains it up both ways. Okay. Therefore the air could shine in both ways. Now, let's see the brackets just to see the other side of it. Here he says what you're saying. Raki yochel is shezehu adis kalos b'chinas chesed gvurah al kein hasoge hi b'chinas chesed.
That's right.
And the fact that he bechlal could tap in. I guess this is all connected to Pshitza Mitzvah Pshitus. Because everything stems from ultimate Pshitza. Why tak is there Iskalos and Kelim? Because it's coming from the Eibishter, which is Shlemus the Kula. It's not just I'm Ian of Chesed. I'm Chesed the way Shlemus the Kula has Chesed. Mele is calling it also not Chesed, also Gvurah. If I'll be Chesed because I'm Muchrach b'Chesed, so then there's no place for anything but Chesed. But yes, the Chesed is a Teitzof, Ein Sof, on the Poshut. Therefore, he'll carry all the tchuras the way the mocker is.
Interessant, because you say did the should make a mistake when he made tail?
No.
Was that not a proper reflection of the Eibusher?
No, there was a mechuven miyuchad in it. I spoke today. I read a sikh from the Rebbe Rashab about tail. That tail had nicht gewusst, von was tut es. Aber he knew there was a kavanah in it.
Fine.
No, but there was a kavanah in order to be able to be a yesh. A davar nivdal, there had to be. There's through shviras hakelim. If not, it would never be able to happen. So here he says that what? That it's mitzad iskalos. The neida, then he got another word. The iskalos, the word from iskalos is not enough. So is that the Neda, the Gam Chesed should be Gvura, he bebchinas Gvura. The Chen Gvura should be Chesed, he bebchinas Chesed.
Oh.
So what is he saying with this line?
That they didn't bat some change.
That's what I was to say.
Okay.
So it fits with the Pnimis. Is Yamalt, what the Pshat. So then the Eir also is suiting Gevurah. If the Chetz should be Gevurah, is Gevurah, right, because it comes in a Muglik way, whatever we could imagine.
But still it's able to be...
You could see a Fakir
in a way of
Mamish Chesed.
Even though it's part of the Kliya Gevurah. It's all part of the Gevurah. But even that Gevurah has an aspect to it which can take a little Chesed.
So why you could handle it is it's not Heipach Mitziyus, is this, that's what I'm saying, is what we said before, that he could become his thing because he relates that it has something with him. But the fact that today he's thinking opposite of his regular thinking, that's only thanks to the Rebbe. But it looks like that it's eine Deim the Chesed should be Gvura in the Tzadis Kalles and the Eira Chesed the way it's Mizgale in Tzadis Pshitus Eir. And that's why he says, the change only happened there, because if it would be in the Keli, if we would say that the Keli Mamish relates to Chesed, so then now he's showing Chesed, now he's showing Gvura, Shamir Hillel. So it's not, it's not a Chiluf. There's no changing. Hilchat Chila had a shaykhis to think oppositely, and now Vaiter is understanding opposite of what he regularly thought. So it's not a chiluf. He says there is a chiluf.
It's in the way it's in the way that the or is
mitgal.
So it could be mitbatel. So the kelim has nothing to do with it.
So he said the keli has something to it. That's what he says in the brackets, that the keli does have something. The fact that the keli is a skalul, so we made, therefore he could now hear fakert zach, but he didn't change. But their air changed, because yesterday mitzad his in is gvura, so he was gave it the gvura. That was his natural way of taking things. But today he's understanding the fakert of his kav. But then we say that's mitzad of his skalus. But usually the scholars of the Taichi, the Chesed is to help the Gvura, or at least with Chunas of Gvura. Mashing today, he's taking Chesed Mamash. Shama is taking Chesed Mamash. And heard on the Svara, Lei, whatever the Hokim. The Nimtzo Shachilu for Rakbe is because they didn't change. Why could Take Eir change? Because it was never set. Because even when there is Megala and saying a Svara, which could say Dafka Lechesed, but Lagabe Keli it's Poshut. Aber Kelim Shem Chesed wurde beim Tzius Mamash einem Bestanden mit Mischalfen. Why do you have to say that the Eir is Mischalef? What's the Pshat Mischalef? Who's Mischalef? The Eir is Mischalef. You could say the Eir has two ways of expressing itself. Today this one hurt me this, tomorrow this one hurt me that. What Pshat the Eir changed?
Well, the or changed the way it was taken within the Keli.
So there's a different air, so to speak, a different part of the air, a different look at the thing in the Keli. The air changed that today he's listening, he's hearing something other than yesterday. Yesterday he heard one way, and today he's the Pshat, the air, it's like a bitten. What is this air, I guess? It's the same air to yet,
Well, the or is Gili, right? So if the Gili is a different one, then I guess
it's
the
a different Gili, is Yom is a different air, isn't it?
No, but it's coming from the same Svara. You know, just depends what it's big Megala or what the pile is. Hey.
Says today is thinking opposite of yesterday. Why is it? Because Bechlal, the Tsugaim, the word of the Tsugaim, Bechlal, where now he wants to say something, he wants
Yesterday
to
the or was Machayev Gevura.
Right.
Now it's Machayev Chesed. The same or.
Right.
So that means the or changed, right?
Yeah, by the Mabul, same sort was called for Mabul.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Same sort.
Same sort, and here was a Siba to destroy, and here was a Siba to it was an excuse for them. It became an excuse. It became a Siba to forgive.
So what does it mean when he said בארץ בבת ערב יש בה גם כן בחינת חסד וגבורה. בהלם. כל מקום מבחינת פשיטות לגמרי מקבלים. לגמרי מקבלים.
גם כאן.
So if it's... How does it change then if it's pashut?
Because it's pashut, it could go any way.
So it has nothing to do with the oil then. It has to do with the kli.
It's... The air has in it both. The fact that now the air is mechayev chesed, the air is mechayev gvura. So that was saying it has to have a yachas already in the air. Now, why is it that the air could go any way? Because it's not a fixed way. It doesn't have to dafka go one way.
So how it's manifested one day this way and one day the other way, if it has no pulling towards anything?
Oh, now we're going to see why does it change. First, we learn that mitzvah of chesed is dafka keli. Then we learn that who changes is air. Why does air change? Hagimul shasiba sachilov hu ayidei harav. Hainu, what's that harav? The Rahab's not doing that. Hainu idea kabolim kerim kanal. They're looking now to see the way the mocker is. But as far as Rav yesh begam kim chesed chesed gur behalem. O mikol kemarem chesed pshitus l'gabi hamekablim. Ad shiyeh bohem val yodom ha'is chalfus. In these say chassid word from the Rab, there could be changes. So behecha they have pshitus dafke. So they say dafke nas be ma'is. How could something change? You could see it anyway. It shows itself in any way. One word and they could take it over here, could take it over here. Why is it? Because it's not defined. It doesn't have to go dafke one way.
So the kli chooses to see it in different way.
The kli says how could it change? Is because the mocker is not defined. Why today is going to change? Or it's connected to the keli once they hear the amitis harav. He wants to go, so to speak, he wants to krichalai and see the pshitus shalei. It's not defined. Because if he's going to always take it his ways, it's not the bank is the pshitus, so to speak. The pshitus will show itself, will shine. Again, you could say the reason he sees verkehrt is skaldus, aber ha gufe.
So it's all.
So it has to have a shaykhis that Hagam she yesh b'chines l'gbur be'elam u'mikom kim b'chines pshitus kazul she yochel is mezeh chalfus svaris. That means it's not yet saying two svaris. It's one svar encompassing both, and I can see anything in it. Regularly is the way I say what I'm going to take from it is according to what I am. But yes, that the thing is poshut, really, it never really came according to the kelim. Really, it's not that it's already set. That everyone will take their it's lomailo meha kelim mamish it's still in the elam mishal harav. Therefore, I could hear tomorrow faket. I could hear another word. Same because we learn anything. One day we learn it, and the next day we learn. We see the anayir reichkeit. Why is it? The Ayin is kel hakel. It depends how much I want to take from it. The Ayin is kel noch and noch. Nimmt sich gam in a pshitus b'zeh inu v'shuv k'nes pshitus l'gamri. We call him pshitus that she idei ze echlif dochtai. Maybe over here we'll understand it better. The hasbor over here.
Everything is possible.
He's saying
everything is possible.
There's a smoke for everything.
This is what to this often, that often, and everything is
right.
Everything together, and everything is going together.
But it doesn't say that he holds both svaras at one time.
No, the way first you say it's by the keli, the tkalel, and then it says by pshitut.
Yeah.
He does are existing and working together.
Yeah. No. The question is...
It doesn't have to be one aspect.
Hezber, yeah.
It could be a facet of manifestation.
The question is why Epis Mitamol that he has to change his mind. That's basically the question. You heard it, was nicht gut. Or you could say to himself, the Kalim, since he has a scholar, so he's able to see a different point of view in the thing. Or it is, which I guess it's Bahatali, in the end of the day, where does Kalim Machal come from? Bechlal, Kalim. He's not on his own, it's here. He's Havus, I mean, we learned before, he's Avus Eir, Nasa Kalim. The Kalim, at the end of the day, come from Eir. Everything that Kalim has already once existed in the air. So really the pshitas that we have in the air, the pshitas, the scholars that you have in the air, is from there, from the tziyurim, so to speak, from the lowest level of tziyur in the air, comes out the tziyur mamash and Kalim. So it's an outcome of the chesed gvura sheba air. So it's just being this air, so to speak. So again, since just like the answer Bechlal, how does Bechlal Keli connect to Eir? Because that's where it's coming from. It's not a stilim tziyus, because that's its Amitis Hashedish. That's really where he began. So maybe that's the Azbel. Therefore, he could also tap in to the other side of Eir, to the Pshitus of there, to the other side, where he has another way. But Lapel, I will catch up a word that Keli stays who it is, doesn't change. Because even the Mitis Kalos, it's all for his, so to speak, for his agenda, for his thing that he wants to bring on, his theme. And Eir doesn't have that. It says, B'yachas te Keli, even if you look at the higher, Eir Eichet zog t'chas te Kure. But B'yachas te Keli is considered Pshitus.
And that's the emphasis.
So therefore, Keli sees Pshitus. He says, wow, it goes out of your way. It's not, it doesn't have a certain Ian. In Kalim, it starts becoming a certain Ian. It says the Ian that we should see things for what they are. Basically, the chiluk of Eidus and Kalim in general is that Kalim is I am who I am. In Eidus, was man der Moker. In Yon is Gilam Moir. He's not coming to be a certain thing. He's expressing the Moker. And the Moker, everything's there, so therefore he'll have everything. Or everything he has is thanks to the Moker. So it's not that he's stuck into his Ian. Al there the chiluk of Meichen and Midis. Midis is a person emotionally attached to something, excited about something. So he asks him, why is he so excited? He doesn't have to have explanation. This is the way I am. And that's enough for Midis. But in Seichel, everything has to have a reason. As a Monsich, this is what makes sense. It's a kleptas al zayin azeh. So it's not chesed al chesed. Chesed al Monsich to zayin chesed. There's a reason behind it. So it's already, the chesed is already not so it's so b'metzius. It's mischayiv as al zayin azeh. The male, what is the zayin mischayiv verkehrt?